Hello, my name is Irina and I live in Jamaica. While we are waiting for any updates with the COVID situation influencing our travel plans, I'd like to share something positive. So here comes the story of the most beautiful beaches in Jamaica and why they're viewed as some of the best beaches in the world. There are different types of sandy beaches in the world. Black sand beaches come from eroded volcanic materials such as lava, basalt rocks and other dark-colored rocks and minerals, and it's typically found on beaches near volcanic activity. For example, black sand beaches are common in Hawaii. Then there are islands that are surrounded with coral reefs and would tend to have bright white sand, that is this super soft substance like flour for cooking. An example of such sandy beaches can be found in Maldives. But most common in the world are sandy beaches made of quartz and mix of quartz with different minerals, which usually gives a beach this light brown, yellowish, golden color. A lot of beaches like that can be found in Europe. What makes Jamaica special is that it has white sand beaches like the Maldives, black sand beaches like Hawaii, and yellow sand beaches like Europe, and the mix between them. Of course, continents like North America will have all sorts of beaches too, but the climate there is very different, so you cannot enjoy the beach all year round. Well, in Jamaica you can. So this is one of the first factors that puts Jamaica on a map and makes this country stand out when it comes to beaches. Jamaica has this variety and incredible climate, and you can check out my video on weather in Jamaica right here. Let's have a look at the most beautiful and famous beaches in Jamaica when it comes to sand type. The most famous white sand beach in Jamaica is 7 Mile Beach in Negril, that stretches along the west part of Jamaica. The sand quality there is very similar to the one on the islands in the Indian Ocean. In the Caribbean, Bahamas have similar sand, eastern part of Barbados would have it, but you won't really have a beach as long as you have it in Jamaica. The most famous black sand beach in Jamaica is Treasure Beach. Actually, the whole south coast of Jamaica would have a lot of black sand beaches. They're just there waiting to be developed for tourism. But Treasure Beach is a town and a beach, and it has this beautiful atmosphere, which is very relaxing. The most famous golden sand beach would be Doctor's Cave, which is one of the beaches in Montego Bay in Jamaica. I will make a separate video about this beach soon, because it has a pretty interesting story behind it. But if you look at photographs and videos now, it looks like it's white sand beach. But it isn't really. It's a mix of white and yellow sand. It's not as powderish, and I'm not even sure if this word exists, but it's not like the beach in Negril. But yeah, the first factor is the variety. Now, the second factor that makes Jamaican beaches exceptionally beautiful is the landscape surrounding the beach, like the view of these lush green hills from Doctor's Cave Beach that I've just shown. But here are a few more examples. If you go to Lime Key, which is like a small island near Kingston, you've got beautiful mangroves and the view of the mountain range in the distance. Actually, I don't see many tourists visiting Lime Key ever. It's more like a local beach for people who live in Kingston. The other absolutely mind-blowing landscape is at Sansan Beach in Portland. Its main feature is this little island, known as Monkey Island. It's very close to the shore and you can swim out there and do snorkeling. But then there's another cool thing there. You see these trees here? They are proper tropical rainforest trees with lianas dropping into the sand. It's like, wow. Beaches in Jamaica don't usually have these bent palm trees like you would have in Polynesia, for instance. But instead, you would find a beach in Jamaica that has a waterfall. People often hear of the most famous attraction in Jamaica, which is Dunn's River Falls, and they always think of it as a waterfall. but it's actually a waterfall that drops into the beach. So it's like a beach with a waterfall. I honestly hardly ever recommend this place to tourists because it's so overcrowded all the time. But now with the COVID situation, it's not going to be packed for quite a while. The third factor which makes beaches in Jamaica so amazing is that they're exceptionally safe. Check this out. There are no dangerous ocean currents in Jamaica that can drag you in the water, and there are no big tides either. You know, like in Bali, you're enjoying the beach and then the ocean starts moving towards you and you go like, wait, don't get my camera wet. No problems like that in Jamaica. So there are no dangerous creatures in water by the beach. Sometimes stingrays can come close, but they're harmless. Jellyfish is not really common. No shark attacks by the beach ever in Jamaica. There are sea urchins, but they would usually sit in between the rocks and never on plain sand by the beach. I will make separate videos on best places for diving and snorkeling in Jamaica. So if this stuff is interesting for you, don't forget to subscribe and hit this bell thingy not to miss this. There are no big waves. Jamaica doesn't have these huge ocean waves like you would have in California, for instance. And yes, there can be a storm and some waves can come in, but it's very uncommon. And even then, they're nothing like the waves you get on eastern side of Barbados, for example. So Jamaican beaches, they're like very safe for families with children and with people who are not confident swimmers. So the combination of these three factors make Jamaica so special when it comes to beaches. And then there is another bonus factor. Every single beach in Jamaica is cozy. You don't have these huge areas like in India or Australia. It's always like the lagoon, the mangroves, trees everywhere, even 7 Mile Beach, even though it's long and wide, but it's not too wide. It's cozy. So no wonder that a lot of people come to the island and never leave the beach to see the rest of Jamaica, which is just as amazing, but that's a topic for a different video. Of course, there are a lot of beaches in Jamaica and I will make more videos about them later, but I'd like to finish off by sharing my personal top 3 most beautiful beaches in Jamaica. Number 3, 876 Club. Even if you're Jamaican, you probably would have never heard of it. It's a relatively new place located next door to Burwood Beach. I like the sand part there with plenty of shade and entertainment for my kids. It also has rather good modern facilities, and there is a large bird sanctuary on the property. And I'm a big fan of birds. Number 2, Half Moon Beach. There is Half Moon Resort in Montego Bay, but Half Moon Beach is actually one of the beaches in Negril in Jamaica. It's a private lagoon that has these kind of rustic facilities around it that gives the area an extra flavor. The water there is usually very calm and shallow, perfect for non-swimmers and small kids. And this is the place for romantic sunsets as well. Before I show you my number 1 beach, I need to say that I won't be too original here. My number 1 is Frenchman's Cove in Portland. I know a lot of people who would share my opinion, but guys, this is not just the most beautiful beach in Jamaica, it's actually one of the most beautiful beaches in the world. And let me show you why. Ladies and gentlemen, Frenchman's Cove. this is what the place looks like on public holidays and weekends. Frenchman's Cove is this gorgeous lagoon, but the awesome thing about this beach is not only the beach itself, but this part here. You see, right by the beach there is a river with crystal clear fresh water. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a like and comment which beach you find the most beautiful in Jamaica.